Have you ever thought about a scenario where a football player named Lionel Messi never existed, and we didn't know him? You might not have thought about it, and why would you? But today, we'll explore this idea. What if Messi's father hadn't sent a simple orange juggling video to Barcelona officials, saying, just a simple orange juggling video won't amount to anything? What would have happened? Who would have won all those Ballon d'Or awards? Barcelona, which won 4 out of 5 UEFA Champions League titles during Messi's time, could it still be as great a team today? And what about Argentina? Could they have won the World Cup? Would Ronaldo, who reached an incredible level due to the competition with Messi, have developed to the same extent if he were alone? Today, we will try to answer these and many similar questions. In short, we will explore how the world of football would have shaped up if Messi had not existed. I want to start a new series where we ask and answer questions like, what if there were no footballers in our channel? How would football be? Or how would the Premier League be without X? If you want to see more of this series, I would love to continue it, starting with Ronaldo and delving into specific leagues. If you also want it, please make it known. Before we move on to the video, I have a few small requests that will only take a few seconds of your time. You can subscribe, join our community, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss similar content. Enjoy watching. Let's start from the very beginning of the story. What if Messi's father hadn't dismissed the orange juggling video he shot, or even if he had sent it? What if the official who saw the video had said, "Can we sign a player based on an orange juggling video?" We probably wouldn't know someone named Messi today. As you know, Messi had a growth hormone deficiency, and during his time, correcting this deficiency was a challenging task. In a financially struggling family, Messi's talent was being offered to clubs, with the promise that they could benefit from his abilities in exchange for hormone treatment. The Newell's Old Boys Club, where Messi received his youth training, was not a team that could afford these hormone injections. He was recommended to River Plate, one of the country's biggest teams, and they liked him, but they didn't want to cover the cost of the treatment. So, if Messi hadn't signed with Barcelona, he wouldn't have received the hormone injections, and his height would not have exceeded 1.27 meters. Messi's deep connection to Barcelona is precisely because his life took a crucial turn when he signed with the club. His life was, in a way, saved. If Messi hadn't signed with Barcelona, he wouldn't have been able to get the hormone injections, and his height would have remained restricted. This is why Messi is so devoted to Barcelona. Signing with them was a turning point in his life. And what about the fate of Barcelona? Could they have become such a prominent club? As a Messi fan, I can confidently say that even if there was no Messi, Barcelona could have won the UEFA Champions League in the 2005-2006 season. Messi played only 6 matches in that Champions League, half of them as a substitute, so his contribution to the campaign was relatively low. However, the Champions League trophies won in 2009, 2011, and 2015 were almost entirely attributed to Messi. In other words, Barcelona might have had fewer than 5 Champions League titles in the present day. This is not only true for European competitions, but also for domestic leagues. Barcelona had won 16 La Liga titles by 2005, and with Messi, they added 10 more league titles. Before Messi, the gap in league championships between Real Madrid and Barcelona was 13. Today, it has narrowed down to 8. Messi also had a significant impact on the Argentine national team. He played in the World Cup final in 2014 and went on to lead them to victory in the 2022 World Cup. While Maradona had also brought the World Cup to Argentina, winning the World Cup with a South American team in modern football is undoubtedly more challenging than in the past. Since the early 2000s, tactics and physical strength in football have easily overcome talent and technique. The last South American team to win the World Cup was Brazil in 2002. Since then, European teams have dominated all World Cups until 2022. Last year, in the World Cup hosted in Qatar, Argentina, led by Messi, claimed victory. This win broke a 20-year streak of the World Cup staying within Europe. Maradona is, of course, a monumental figure, but after him, Argentina produced an even greater footballer. It's essential not to forget Scaloni's role in winning the World Cup. He brought success to a country that hadn't won a major title in a long time, first with the Copa America, then the CONMEBOL UEFA Cup, and finally, the World Cup. In the absence of Messi, who would have won so many Ballon d'Or awards? I want to address the topic I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If Messi hadn't existed, who would have won the prestigious award? And considering his 15-year rival, Cristiano Ronaldo, could he have achieved the same level of success we see today? Ronaldo, who is now approaching 39, continues to be one of the top goalscorers in 2023. Despite achieving these feats in the Arab League, it's crucial not to overlook his age. This man is nearing 39 years old and is still playing football. a time when many players retire. Although it's challenging to imagine a scenario where the butterfly effect didn't come into play, making predictions is necessary. However, if I were to make an educated guess, I'd say reaching the current level for Ronaldo without Messi would have been incredibly difficult. Maintaining a top-notch performance from the 20s to the 40s, scoring nearly 1,000 goals, and winning 5 Ballon d'Or awards by 2007 when a player could have a maximum of 3, even without Messi, is an extraordinary achievement. Without Messi, Ronaldo's Ballon d'Or count might have increased, and players like Lewandowski, Xavi, Iniesta, Sneijder, Ribery, Van Dijk, Griezmann, and Salah, who didn't have a Ballon d'Or, could have had the chance to win. Even the current record holders would have been different. For instance, the record for the most goals in a calendar year, which currently stands at 91, would have belonged to the German legend Gerd Müller. The title of the player with the most trophies would have gone to Dani Alves, who won 43 cups. Most likely, Ronaldo would have been the player with the most Ballon d'Or awards. Remember when I mentioned earlier whether Ronaldo could have developed to the same extent without Messi? Well, let's delve into this topic a bit more. Ronaldo himself has stated, "If Messi didn't exist, I wouldn't have been this successful." It underscores the inherent factor of competition in nature. If your rival is excellent, you strive to be at least as good as them. I'm sure the same holds true for Messi. Mario Balotelli also chimes in, saying, "If Messi didn't exist, Ronaldo would be the best player in the world. But Messi does exist." Fernando Torres, on the other hand, looks at the situation from a different perspective, suggesting that if Ronaldo didn't exist, Messi would have won 15 Ballon d'Or awards. What would have happened to Neymar if he had not left Messi's shadow for Paris in the hope of winning the Ballon d'Or? If we accept that Neymar, at the age of 31, went to Saudi Arabia for the sake of money, it's evident that his move to Paris wasn't solely motivated by the Ballon d'Or, although it was a significant factor. Perhaps he wouldn't have left Barcelona and would have become the leader there. Neymar's career would have undergone substantial changes. Another player whose career could have been directly affected is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. This colossal figure, playing top-level football for almost 20 years and scoring close to 500 goals, faced two crucial factors preventing him from winning the Ballon d'Or. Firstly, his national team wasn't at a competitive level. Secondly, he never won the UEFA Champions League. You might wonder, what does this have to do with Messi? When Ibrahimovic transferred to Barcelona, Pep Guardiola, instead of building the game around him, used Messi in the center with a false nine role. Consequently, Ibrahimovic stayed only a year and then moved to Milan because his role at Barcelona did not suit him. After Ibrahimovic's departure from Inter became the Champions League winner, and after his departure from Barcelona also won the Champions League. If Messi didn't exist, Ibrahimovic probably would have stayed at Barcelona, and the team would have been built around him. Winning the Champions League with Pep isn't that difficult, and when you play a leading role in the team that wins the Champions League, you usually become the Ballon d'Or winner. By the way, former Manchester United player Patrice Evra stated in a broadcast a few years ago that if Messi didn't exist, Guardiola would never win the Champions League. However, as we saw last year, he can indeed win the Champions League without Messi. I want to conclude the video by mentioning this significant era influenced by Messi. He has millions of followers on social media and perhaps billions of fans worldwide. He is the idol of young footballers, showcasing his talent and serving as a goal for emerging players in the market. Of course, not everyone can bear such a colossal burden. Take, for example, Bojan Krkic. Perhaps the absence of Messi wouldn't have placed such a tremendous weight on the shoulders of young players like Bojan. Yes, Messi is a unique player who has changed the game of football. Today, we explored the scenario of a world without this exceptional player. Imagining a scenario without Leo must be challenging for some Messi-Ronaldo fanatics like me. That's why I'm grateful that Messi exists. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can check out the videos on the screen for similar content. Wishing everyone a happy day. Goodbye.